Okay, so the purpose of this web workshop today really is just kind of to show the variety of things that the network can do for out-of-school providers, because we have quite a few resources available, and oftentimes people don't know what those are, and they therefore don't access them. And we definitely want to be of service and help out with all of the programs in the state. So I'm just going to share my screen. And all right, can everyone see that? Yes, okay. All right, so just gonna do a very quick run through of just some of what the tabs are on the website, and then we'll go through specifically some of the services that we offer. So on our homepage, of course, we have just kind of the general overview of the network. The slider here at the front or at the top of the page is where we put announcements or things that are happening like immediately or short term. It's where a lot of the links go for like registrations for conferences or webinars or such things. So this is definitely a page to check on a regular basis. The newsletter, and then just kind of some other stuff. So that is the homepage. I would say that the top part is the most important part. In the About section, we do have, for people that need the information, we do have a section about the network and kind of the history of the network, what our goal areas are, what we do, especially for people who are just getting familiar with us and kind of what is an out-of-school network. ION Staff, of course, is where you can go to find our contact information, a cute little picture and a bio. But I think the main benefit of that page is that people can contact us. There's our phone number and our email. Services offered is actually what we're going to be spending the time talking about today. Anyway, and then there is a donate page and other things like that. The PD page is where you are going to access basically all of the things that we offer online for professional development, as well as some other things. So we do try to keep our training calendar updated, and we pull from many different resources for that. So we pull from the Idaho Stars calendar, we pull from like mental health first aid. We try to keep it as current as possible. And I don't know for the University of Idaho what sort of PD you're required to do, but I know that a lot of programs have to do stuff, and sometimes finding those opportunities can be tricky. E-learning will be talked about. And okay, I'm hearing some talking.
Have moved around for themselves and are causing the uncontrolled cell growth. So up here, I'm showing you 4 different things.
I know where that's coming from. I'm going to mute everybody, maybe.
And in these pictures, the letters are just representing genes. So I want you to talk through this picture.
Just a second, I'm trying to. Can anyone hear that?
What is going on in these pictures?
Yeah, we had a phone call join us, and I think they're not on mute.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can find them and mute them. Okay. Okay, I'll keep going. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, so that's our professional development section. Our web workshops, of course, we'll be talking about. And events, this is just where people can find links for things like our roundtables, our trainings that are coming up in May, our summit, things like that. The resources page, we try to keep as stocked and current as possible, and there are lots of different things we do maintain. All of this stuff. We also will be talking about most of this, but we do try to post job openings when we hear about them, funding and grants. And then these are kind of the place where we try to feature programs and people who are doing great things. And then this tab is our online directory, which we will be talking about a little bit. So that is very brief overview of just like some of the features that we have on the site. So I'm going to turn it over now to Diana to talk about PD and training.
Excuse me. So Emily briefly mentioned that professional development tab there at the top. And Emily, if you want to open the training calendar, let's just take a peek at it real quick. So as Emily mentioned, we try to keep this updated with several different resources. So you'll find stuff from Janus, you'll find stuff from the libraries, you'll find stuff from the Idaho nonprofit organization, Idaho Stars, excuse me, all and here, and we will happily also post anything that you guys have going. So if anyone has a training that they would like posted on the calendar, we will happily do that and advertise that for you. Do you want to hover over something?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Click. There you go. So you'll see that we try to post always what it costs first, because I know that's usually like the main concern for people. And the trainings on this calendar, since they come from so many resources, will range anywhere from free to whatever for conferences. When we always try to post their registration whenever possible, direct link in the description. And this is a statewide calendar. Unfortunately, currently, we don't have a way to sort by what is offered where, but you should see the address or webinar posted right at the top so that you know where it is. And there are some really great things coming up. If you are in the Boise Meridian kind of metro area next month, Ada County is doing a really great series on internet dangers, but there's also some great things coming up on ACEs and trauma and all kinds of cool things. So check here often. I try to keep a month or two out, and then for sure current, and then if I know of things further out, I will post them. But every month I comb through and try to post as much as we can. Do you want to go to April just real quick?
Yeah.
Just so we can get a peek. Because April is filling out nicely as well. And as you can see, this is also where you can check for the next ION web workshop. It's always posted on the front page like Emily showed you. And then we try to, and it'll be here to register as well. So you can register from either of those spots. And then, so that's our professional development calendar. It's kind of a fun place to find new things to learn. But what I'm really excited about is the e-learning page. When I started last year, it was pretty apparent that there was a huge need for professional development, but we know that our providers don't have a ton of time and they don't have a ton of money, and that's pretty consistent for teachers and educators. So with a partnership with the Better Kids Care education system, which is through Penn State, we can offer a large file of trainings, all online as web tutorials. And I picked 6 of the most asked for categories, but they have way, way more than this. Do you want to pick one to click on, Emily, for me?
Yeah, just click on one.
Yeah, just click on one. So this will take you to the Penn State page. And all of these courses are free to view and to take. If you need training hours and a training certificate, those cost $5. So it's really affordable way. And then they stay in your library when you create an account. They stay in your library and you can view them anytime, anywhere. So if you need to find these again, you can look at them again and again and again and just pay, well, nothing to view them over and over and over again. $5 if you need that training credit. So, and yeah, because you can see, share this lesson information with someone else, PDF. They really, really do a great job of sharing all of their resources. And so you can click into the direct pages from our page. That'll bring us directly to the topics that I've pre-chosen. But as you see on the left, there's a whole bunch, and they have one area that's specifically for school-age children and professionals. But they have some really great resources for parents and families, coaches and instructors that go above and beyond. And we've really enjoyed their partnership and having them on our site. So please check those out. It's a great way to get professional development. We can probably go back to our page. And then, am I covering webinars now or later?
Webinars is later, but
okay.
The summit is now.
So that's our current professional development and training calendar needs. And we'll talk a little bit more in depth about our webinars and what we offer.
Diana, can you touch on the summit?
Oh, yeah. We don't have anything up on the summit yet, though, do we?
No, the page is not live yet.
So our summit is upcoming in September. Sorry. We offer the only statewide professional development conference for the out-of-school time professionals. We have some really cool speakers that we've just started getting in the RFPs, and it's going to cover a lot of really fascinating topics. And so hopefully you can join us for that. We're also going to do our STEM Expo again, so you can get some hands-on STEM learning. And our youth speakers will be returning, and I know that those will be amazing as well. They're always one of the highlights of our time. This year is a day and a half. We're going to start with a half day so that people from other parts of the state can make it down. And then we'll do a full day, the second day of training and learning. So remind me the dates. My brain's not working.
September 9th and 10th.
Thank you. September 9th and 10th. So the 9th will be the half day, 10th will be the full day. So please keep an eye on that. I know it'll be in our newsletter. It'll be on that front page scrolling that Emily showed you earlier. And then when that's open for registration, please consider joining us in September. And then keep an eye out for that. We try to offer that every year as we can.
Is there any funding for travel or anything like that? Scholarships maybe out there?
We do cover the travel for anyone who wants to present at it or be on the committee for planning it. We do all of the fundraising for the summit in order to try and keep the cost very reasonable for the conference attendance. So we haven't been able to offer scholarships outside of those who are volunteering or presenting at the conference, but that's a really good idea.
What is the, do you guys have settled on a price yet to attend the conference?
Are we at 75, I believe?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what our early bird price was this year.
It'll be around $75.
I'm like, I know we decided.
That's what's sticking in my head is something like that.
Yeah,
okay.
And we will be opening up registration hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So
okay.
Yeah, we're still kind of deciding some of those pieces of information.
I hear you.
And I know you're so far north, it makes it really hard to come down to Boise for that.
Well, I really enjoyed it last year, and I enjoyed the speakers and the STEM learning and the resources. So I'm going to try and maybe work it where I can come again, because you know, every year is new and different.
Yeah, definitely.
And we did, I mean, that was why we did the half day instead of a full day, so that you can reduce a day of travel and hotel stay. Is hopefully we heard that loud and clear from our northern friends that if they could fly in on that morning and only stay hotel one night, that would really greatly help in costs. So we took that definitely into consideration this year.
And what is the location again?
We're actually going to be at the Riverside, hopefully this year, which is a hotel in Boise, and you'd be able to stay on site and not have to travel for the conference. You'd be at the Riverside, the same place, which we also took into consideration so that you didn't have to do parking or find a hotel off site.
Okay, great.
And it's in a beautiful, it's right, I'd say a beautiful spot. The back of the hotel is in a beautiful spot right on the river. It's gorgeous. The front is Garden City, but the back, great for walking.
All right. So we're going to move on to talking about just quickly about Lights On After School, and Anna is going to talk about that for us.
Okay. So this year, Lights On After School will be observed on October 23rd, and it's a day to celebrate everyone and every program and what we're doing and be able to highlight things that we're offering in our community to policymakers, parents, youth, leaders in our community, and hopefully just really lift up the importance of what we're doing in out of school time. And also through the network at this time in August, we'll open up nominations for champions, and then the champions are honored at individual Lights On after school events across the state. And this year we are hoping to be able to provide a financial award to the program whose individuals are selected as the champions. So we're excited about that. The resources on these pages are offered through the After School Alliance, and they have everything from news media, press releases, to ideas for things to do during your events and ways to host a successful event. So look to our website for those resources, and definitely give us a call if you want to brainstorm any ideas. We've been part of a lot of different Lights On activities, and I think we're able to offer some support in that area too.
Awesome. Thank you, Anna. Okay, we're going to quickly just talk about some of the things that we are able to provide with grants and funding. So one thing we do try to maintain is a funding and grants page, although it's a little slow right now. We have a lot of partners, national partners, that kind of tip us off to some of the different funding opportunities that are available for out of school time. And there really are so many opportunities. So there certainly are these on the website, but additionally, we write a fair number of grants ourselves, and we are more than happy with anyone who's interested to help provide grant writing tips. We are also willing to look over a grant before you submit it. And if there's like certain pieces of data or things like that that you're looking for as you're writing a grant, we can point you in the right direction. So we want our programs to be funded in this state, and we want them to continue to be successful. And we are happy to help with any of those things. So people don't take us up on that one as often as they could, but we are more than happy to read grants, edit grants, and give just general tips. So anything else on that, Anna, for the grant writing stuff?
We'll be offering a workshop at regional trainings, which we'll talk about a little later down on the agenda too. But the workshop will be focused on tips in fundraising and grant writing and sort of the difference between the two. Yeah, and it's a huge need for many of the programs that we talk to. Very few programs are 100% financially secure long term, so they're always looking for ways to fund their program. Okay, so the next section that we're going to talk about is program support, enrichment, and promotion. So there's a few different things that we are able to do. I'm just going to show you a couple of them. So one of the things that we try to do to support programs is to spend time looking for resources and then posting them online. I know that when I taught school, I spent so much of my time teaching that I really did not have time to scour the internet to look for high quality resources. And so we do that. I'm going to just open up our STEM page. I don't know if you have been to this yet, but we have lots and lots of just different resources that a lot of these are curriculum based, but sometimes they are also just general activities you can do. We have some articles or things like that that just increase your content knowledge or things like that. And we try to grow this every month. Another thing that we have is the directory of online programs. And this is one we're always hoping to increase in size. But we have, I think, over 500 programs listed in our directory so that parents can find them. But it's also really nice if you're looking for other people to network with, other people to form partnerships with, or just to see kind of what's available in the area for the kids, because I know a lot of parents or programs have to piecemeal their out of school offerings, and so this can be really helpful to see what is available. If you are not in the directory for your program, we would love to have you be in it, and you can register online.
And then we also have our jobs page that we try to maintain. And if you do have a job opening at your organization, please send it our way. We've found that when we send job openings out in the newsletter or even just post them online, we get a lot of hits and people are always looking for jobs. So that is a helpful thing. And I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I think that's mainly it for that. If there's anything we can do to help promote your program or to help you get the resources that you need, we are happy to help and have the capacity sometimes to be able to look for things that you might not be able to look for yourself, especially if they're things that will help other programs throughout the state. And with that, we'll move on to Anna with press coverage.
Okay. So another way that we can assist in sort of dovetailing on what Emily said is if you are hosting an event or you have received a grant or there's something that you feel you want to announce to the community, we can help review press releases or provide the list of those entities in your community who can receive press releases. So that's on our website. If you go to that item, Emily, it will show the list. We link it to the list, the press list.
Oh yeah, let me show you. Right here. So there's a statewide media list. It's pretty good. Fairly complete.
Yeah, so we can review those or provide a template. That's about it.
Awesome. All right, Diana is going to be talking about web workshops and our other webinars that we have posted.
So the other part of professional development that we offer, sorry, I have a really bad cold, is our webinars. And so the webinars that we present are called ION Web Workshops. Here's the current one that we're working on. So we try to keep the current one, the one that's upcoming, at the top of the page. And then at the bottom is our archived offerings. It's getting pretty big, so we'll probably start consolidating the years, but you'll still be able to find them. And so our last one, Advocating for the In-Between, that was with Sky Quarry, is available and up now from earlier this month. And then this one will join it after we're done this week. And it's a great way to remind yourself if there's something that you wanted to look at or wanted to go back into a presentation, you can find it here. Or if you enjoyed a presentation and you want to share it with your colleagues, you can link through here and always find it again. We try to offer them once a month. Sometimes if we can't get a speaker during a month or we're really busy or offering other trainings, we'll double up a month. So just keep an eye out on our training calendar, in the newsletter, on the front page, on this page. You can always find what's coming up in our web workshop series. And then if you want to go back up to the webinars, we also make sure to post webinars from other people because we're not the only game in town. And this, every time I find new ones that look great or a new resource, they get posted here. So we just added the Idaho Nonprofit Center, offers a really great, anything that they offer online also gets archived. And so that's a great place to find financial information, grant information, HR information. They do a really nice work. Idaho Voices for Children. The Suicide Prevention Resource Center also has a great set of webinars if you're working with tweens and teens, finding resources to help with suicide prevention. So if your organization offers webinars that you would like posted, again, we can post them through the calendar for anything upcoming, and I'd happily post to your page as a resource to others if you archive your webinars. So please let us know and we will get that updated for us.
Great. Anna, if you will now talk about virtual and in-person roundtables.
Okay, so since we are a statewide network, a huge part of what we do is touch base with those who are members of our network and go out into the community and do sort of a deep dive into different themes. So last year our themes were STEM education and the middle school. How do we reach middle school youth and parents and keep them engaged? And this year our roundtables will be focused on quality. What is sort of defining quality in out of school, just brainstorming on what people, how people access different professional development tools to build quality and how we define it as a community. So this is really our opportunity to learn from the programs within the network and to help us prioritize for the coming years as well. So those will be published on our website and open to anyone, partners, and programs. So we hope to see everyone there.
When do those dates come out?
They will be out very soon. We're getting the registration ready, and it should be launched April 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Debbie, we are going to be in Coeur d'Alene on May 14th, I believe. Let me look. So the north, and it will be in Coeur d'Alene. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go up further north this time because we're tying it in with a regional workshop.
Okay.
But yeah, May 14th is our date for North Idaho.
Okay, and that is in Coeur d'Alene.
Mm-hmm. And it will be at 3:00. And we would love to have you.
Okay, and where is it located? Do you know?
It'll be at the Coeur d'Alene School District office.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm hoping that we will be able to send out our blast with our registration and things like that within the next week.
Okay.
So.
Yes, I would like to attend.
Wonderful.
Yay. All right. So one of the other things that we do and that it's kind of one of the most fun things that we are able to do is that we are able to feature programs and people in the programs. And we're always trying to look for creative ways to do this. But one of the things that we have done is something called I Am Out of School. And basically it's just a social media campaign to feature some of the kids and students and parents and adults that are working with youth that are doing great things. And it's just a really fun visual way to kind of honor the work that's being done in the state of Idaho. We would love to feature, anyone in a program who's willing to be featured, who's willing to give a short quote and a picture or something like that. We can feature it on the website, on social media, and things like that. We also are happy to share posts that other people have posted on social media. So for instance, if someone, has something wonderful that happens in their program and they'd like for us to share, we are more than happy to share that post on our own social media. But this is just a good way to develop an archive of the great things that are happening statewide. And we definitely want to make sure that we have representation from across the state and not just Ada County and Canyon County. And so this is something we would love programs to reach out to us for as well. And just say, hey, here's some information I would love to have you share. Here's a picture, here's a quote, here's why I do what I do. And we would love to share that. So that is kind of our I am out of school stuff. And it says right here, you can email me if you would like to set up something like that to happen. So Anna is going to continue with the discussion about social media and our newsletter.
Yes, so we send out a monthly newsletter, e-newsletter, and are posting on social media fairly regularly. And we love to hear, and it's kind of tying into what Emily just talked about, but we love to hear from programs and to be able to highlight different programs, activities, and asks. In the newsletter, often we have new grants listed. We'll put our jobs in there before they go live on the website, and just try to keep up to date. And anything that you want us to include in that, we welcome information from our programs. I'm going to continue on to partnerships. And so we have a listing on this new interactive website of partners, and this is people in the area of maybe they have academic resources or field trips, fitness development opportunities, civic engagement, And so they're listed out in those categories. And this is a great place to connect with resources if you're looking for something for your program. And so we do our best to keep this up to date, and it's continually changing. So can explore in there to find different partnerships.
Great. All right, Diana, will you talk about data and presentations and our toolkit?
So I'm sure you've been asked, if you've been around the network, to provide your information to us in some form or other. We've done several surveys in the last few years, and we try to put out this information as often as possible. We're currently finishing up the data analysis on our middle school research. If anyone participated in that, we got a lot of really, really great information. So the current 2018 STEM survey results are out. We will be putting out our middle school survey results, and these are results from other resources.
So I just want to add here, in writing grants for different entities, I've used the resources in this folder a lot. There's always current data and real targeted studies here that relate to out of school. So if you're ever working on a grant, this is a great page to keep in mind.
Thank you. If you ever need to ask for funding, grants, if you're speaking, this is a great place to look for your data. We try to keep it up to date. If you ever need help with a presentation or you need someone to present, we can try and help with that as well. We travel often and are around, so we will share everything we have with anyone who wants to listen to us about the importance of out of school time. And some of this information gets put into our toolkit, which we're talking about later, yeah? Yes.
I think this is it.
Oh, this is it.
Yeah.
Shoot. I'm sorry,
I'm happy to speak to that, Diana.
Thank you.
So we are currently creating a communication toolkit, which will have information that will help programs basically be able to advocate for themselves and for out of school time generally. So there are going to be things like message guides, there will be things like op-ed templates, how to talk to your legislator, a list of legislators in Idaho with contact information. There will be specific information on best practices for writing grants, for fundraising, for things like that. So it's basically just a giant toolkit for programs to make themselves known and to continue to advocate for policy decisions that are helpful, as well as funding decisions that are helpful and things like that. We are expecting that will for sure be launched by the summit in September. We might do a soft launch earlier than that, but it will be a great resource and hopefully one that people will use and that they will share with other colleagues.
I think I'm touching on the next item, which is site visits. So we are available to come out and just observe at a site and provide any sort of insights we might have. And we like to go just to learn, to see what's going on around the state and, get some innovative ideas to share with other programs. So please invite us. And we are, like Diana said, we do travel a little bit around the state for our regional trainings and some of the lights on after school events. So we like to combine those with site visits. So please invite us. And the final thing is just kind of those things that maybe we haven't discussed yet. One project that we've been working on is researching evidence-based practices and curriculum. So if you ever have ideas for programming, or you think, we're struggling with maybe prevention or implementing some sort of prevention curriculum in our after-school program, please reach out to us. We do spend a lot of time doing research and investigation into curriculum, and we also have access to some national listservs and can always put questions out to other states. We are lucky to be part of a larger network. In all 50 states, the networks for after-school programs exist. And so if we don't know the answer, we can put it out to our colleagues in other states, and surely someone has explored in that area and we can find the answer. So we just want to make sure that everyone knows that we are a resource, and to just feel free to reach out to us.
Awesome.
And I would say we have a lot of things upcoming that are not on the website because they're not done or fully formed, but know that we are looking into quality practices. We're looking into STEM observation. We're looking into, as Anna mentioned, prevention curriculum. So it's a great reason to continue to keep checking the website and see what's upcoming and reading our newsletter, because there's a lot of really great things in the works. We're working on a behavior training because we hear that a lot as a top reason needing for professional development. Oh, there's our kid pictures. Check this page out just to see the cute pictures. So if you need to contact us, we're there. Is there anything off the top of your guys' head that you would like to see or need more of that we can provide for you?
Well, I would give you all an open invitation to visit our program. It's a little bit different. It's unique. We have a 4-day school week here in Boundary County. So our program starts at 7:30 Friday mornings and goes to 5:30 Friday afternoons. It's for kids K through 6th grade, and it provides STEM learning, physical activity. So there's a nutrition component, but it takes place in our middle school, and we provide interactive, fun, alternative way to spend your day instead of in daycare for those kids that are kind of in between that. We provide 2 healthy snacks a day, and then they bring their own lunch. Is that something you all would want to come and observe and visit?
I would love that. Yeah. Let's talk offline about when we'll be up next. And it sounds like it's a Friday, so I'm not sure if that week that we're there, I think we fly back Thursday, but we can talk.
Okay, so yeah, that's we kind of have a unique program. It's sponsored by 4-H. It's grant funded, and it also runs on a sliding fee scale for those folks that are, a little less fortunate. But it's very economical. It's only $12 a day.
Wow. Yeah, it's amazing.
And
Good stuff.
I think that's Michaela who joined us and has been hanging out online. I don't know if you can hear us, Michaela, but if you're there, is there anything that you would like to see? Maybe not.
Unmute her and just see.
Oh,
I just unmuted her. Doesn't sound like it.
no. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Debbie.
Yeah, thank you, Debbie.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the conference last year, so I'd like to attend again if I could.
Wonderful. We'd love to see you.
Okay, thank you, ladies. And,
all right, thank you.
I'll reach out and do you want my phone number, Anna, or my email?
Yeah, go.
Okay, my email, DE